Hey guys, it's OKB. I recently read Edo Madara Breakthroughs, and I realized how important that was going to be. I am with the Coffin community, by the way, on Discord, so they're going to ask some questions either by voice or text chat, which you guys might uh, be asking the same questions. So I'm going to try to answer, how good Edo Madara is going to be. I think the title of this video is going to sort of be like, should you get Edo Madara? But I think the answer is probably going to be yes, but we have to kind of compare him to other ninjas. The ninjas that we have now that are counters to Six Pass Naruto, because that's the only direction we can go in. Like, Six Pass Naruto is everywhere, so the only way that we can break out of that is to have ninjas that are able to counter him, right? Not just support ninjas. The support ninjas are nice. We have Rinnegan Sasuke, but then people started using Rinnegan Sasuke with Six Pass Naruto, so that wasn't really that helpful either. But Edo Madara, his breakthroughs came out a while ago, maybe a couple months ago, or 1 or 2 months ago, in China, and anything in China usually comes to us, and they might change it a little bit here and there. And so Edo Madara, he's like a support right now, but he was immune to ninjutsu, so that's like one of the things that go against Six Pass Naruto. He removes all debuffs with his barrier, which is kind of nice, so you don't get blitzed by Six Pass Naruto. And then he drains chakra, which is okay. He was a okay support, but it just wasn't strong enough against Six Pass Naruto. All right, there's other more effective ones like Rinnegan Sasuke, and even Rinnegan Sasuke wasn't enough to really keep down the hype. So I don't know. As a 3-star, he was alright. But his breakthroughs that came in from China it's literally aimed at defending against it's literally aimed at defeating Six Pass Naruto. So the one ability that we want to talk about, aside from being immune to ninjutsu, his Y skill when he gets breakthroughs, is he's immune to debuffs. All right, so Six Pass Naruto can't just suppress his immunity to debuffs or anything like that. He's immune to interruptions, so it doesn't matter if you're slower. I mean, it does, but you can at least use your mystery. And he's immune to pure ninjutsu, which is what Six Pass Naruto does that makes him so strong. And then, after that, the first enemy that attacks Madara in the round gets a mystery cooldown increased by 1. So, if you don't use any mysteries, Naruto will have to use his mystery in after he uses his mystery in round 2, he'll have to use it in round 4 if you don't use any mysteries, of course. And then he also have explosive mode, which he gets when you use his mystery, and his mysteries, I believe it's undodgeable. Was it? No, it's not, or at least sometimes it's undodgeable, but they don't tell you, so we don't actually know right now. But either way, his mystery is tied ninjutsu, and his mystery creates explosive mode, which first of all he heals himself, kind of like Six Pass Naruto does. So Six Pass Naruto heals more, I think, but Madara heals like 10%, which is somewhat close. He also gets super armor level 2, which Six Pass Naruto can't suppress, because when you have a super armor level 2, anything like immunity to debuffs level 2, you basically just no mystery or ability that can suppress that, unless they make a new thing in China and make it level 3 or something. That would be pretty crazy, and I don't think they're going to do that, even if Oasis is trying to find new stuff. But anyways, also, on top of having super armor and healing with ninjutsu damage, when he receives damage, he decreases his own mystery cooldown by 1. So this is like Naruto, except they hit. If Six Pass Naruto hits him, he'll get his mystery cooldown by 1, and he has a cooldown of 2, so that's pretty easy to get to. And when using a mystery skill, this ninja increases his own ninjutsu by 30%. Six Pass Naruto increases his ninjutsu by 15%. And so let's say both sides uses their mystery, right? Edo Madara would be immune to the standard attacks of Six Pass Naruto. He'll be hit twice, he'll get his mystery. And so Edo Madara will use his mystery. Six Pass Naruto will use his mystery every single round. And then because of that, let's see, Edo Madara will get 30% increase in ninjutsu. So will Six Pass Naruto. So they'll have the same amount of ninjutsu scaling, except Six Pass Naruto is not immune to ninjutsu. So there's going to be more damage dealt. And I should also mention that Edo Madara's standard attack is undodgeable. I believe it's here. They don't say it, but when you actually use it, I'll do a demonstration in a couple seconds about that. But basically, his standard attack hits through any sort of dodge, but his chase doesn't actually do that. So his chase is kind of helpful, but because of all the dodges, it's on and off. But yeah, it's a threat. All right, it's a threat in a game of chess when you're fighting against Six Pass Naruto. But anyways, because of that, he's basically immune to a lot of the damage from Six Pass Naruto. He gains damage, and he can basically out damage Six Pass Naruto because he's immune. But then you have other things. So the barrier basically removes all debuffs, right? First round, fifth round, ninth round. With a +2, you remove. Let's say you're also not able to gain any chakra. With +2, any elemental damage caused by your lineup will cause irremovable strong poison. So that's extra damage for you. Barrier lasts for 2 rounds, which is pretty normal. All right, so that's extra damage if you want that. Or you have this 80, 50, and 20% barrier summoning. So basically, you don't start off with the barrier, but once Edo Madara gets hit, then you remove all buffs and shields. That can be actually pretty useful in a team with Rinnegan Sasuke. So previously, Rinnegan Sasuke, you would probably not use Rinnegan Sasuke with Edo Madara because Rinnegan Sasuke, where is he? He has the ability to increase his ninjutsu for every chakra that he has, right? And in order for you to do that, you need to gain chakra. So Earth Main gains chakra or something. If you have Edo Madara, though, his barrier doesn't allow you to gain chakra. So let me sort of build this team under random. So let's see, Rinnegan Sasuke. This was a really fun team in Arena, but let's pretend this is Earth Main, right? Rinnegan Sasuke will have Edo Madara as a support. And then we'll have, I don't know, what's another ninja that could work? Nagato, right? maybe that's not the best idea, but Rinnegan Sasuke will be able to get his chakra from Earth Main first. Nagato will be draining chakra. So will Edo Madara, and since Edo Nagato has the ability to make all attacks not miss, Rinnegan Sasuke will be able to deal a whole bunch of damage with his mystery and his standard attack. And if you're using Fireman, actually you can use Warrior's Intent. So is Rinnegan Sasuke swordsman? Yes, he is. He's a swordsman. So if you use actually no. Actually that won't work because Edo Madara will remove that. Okay, 20, 50, 80%. Once Edo Madara is being dealt damage, you'll remove all the buffs, and then you won't. You'll be able to gain chakra, and then you'll remove all the buffs, and then Rinnegan Sasuke will be able to hit really hard. Nagato is probably not the best idea. I probably need like another position 2 ninja that fits with this team against Naruto and other ninjas, but we're going to get other supports in the future, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be one later on. So that's something that you can use, right? Gain chakra first, gain some sort of buff first. Well, actually, it's just chakra. So gain chakra first, and maybe some ninja, maybe a ninja in the future that you're going to use that requires chakra. You can gain chakra and then remove all buffs and any chakra gain for your opponent. So that's one way you can use Edo Madara. Let's go back to abilities. Now, his chase is kind of nice. Let's see, just absorbing chakra, slightly more damage, increased mystery chakra cost until the end of the round, kind of like Yu Hashirama. That part isn't that strong, but he has a chase that suppresses his debuff immunity, which is kind of nice. Damage increase is also kind of nice. Now you add that with standard attack. So his standard attack suppresses super armor. It took me a while to figure out what was different. All right, +2. It has a damage increase of 30%, high chance of knockdown, and suppressing super armor until the end of the next round. This one has this. Oh, hold on. I think they reversed this. Yeah, okay. So I think it's back and forth. One has a higher increase in damage and suppresses super armor until the end of the round. The other one suppresses super armor until the end of the next round. I think Konoha Proxy got this wrong. I think under events they should say. I'm gonna go to future events China. Okay, so I'm in future events China. Let's go to Madara. I'm pretty sure these guys have it more accurate than Konoha Proxy does. Let's see. Oh, it's right here. Right. So Edo Madara, relevance, and okay. Let's see, search in future from in future event channel. All right, there we go. And Edo Madara. This is in the Coffin Hub community, by the way. So if you guys want to join, that's in the descriptions. And China, I'm sorry for the guys in the stream. I'm looking at the China info in future events China, the text channel. And Edo Madara's here. Tensei release. So he has a standard attack. Over, we gotta look at this one. Passive barrier. Yeah, so China had a change in their abilities, by the way. So if you take a look at the abilities, make sure to take a look at the one on April 14th, 2021. That one has more accurate information. Okay, Edo Madara. Here we go. April 12th has all information, but then some abilities changed for some reason. Okay, so for the standard attack down here. All right, so the standard attack +2, increased in 30% damage, unavoidable. Suppress super armor until the end of the next round. Y is to cause unavoidable damage, suppress super armor until the end of the round. High chance of causing knockdown to one item unit. Okay, so even the gaming community has written this wrong. I don't know what the actual ability is now because it doesn't make any sense right now to have a weaker ability on Y and no better ability. Oh, yeah. I think we're just gonna have to see what happens in China because they've written this wrong for sure. If they didn't write this wrong, there's a bug because yeah, the +2 is just stronger than the Y, and I don't know why. Is there like a Y and no Y +1? Is that why? And like there's a +1 that's increasing damage but nothing else. This is very confusing. But either way, this suppresses super armor, increases damage, and suppresses super armor until the end of the round, which is nice. But then these days we don't really have a lot of ninjas with super armor. It's more like chase dodge or just immunity to some sort of thing. So it's like an afterthought. It's kind of nice to have Madara suppress super armor until the end of the next round because in round 2, then you can use your mystery to attack the guy who has his super armor suppressed, and then you can get this chase and suppress all chakra. Right? It's kind of pressuring your opponent to move to do something, or else your opponent could wait until I don't know standard attacks before they start using their mystery. Okay, so we're gonna do a little simulation of how Edo Madara works with 6-pass Naruto, how it kind of comes out, and this is 3-star Edo Madara versus 6-pass Naruto. So I'm gonna build this team here. I couldn't get a really good demonstration there, but you guys could see that he did heal. His standard attack does hit through dodge, and well then that'll activate his chase, which will pop 6-pass Naruto's dodge if you want. You can actually use him with Great Ninja Obito. Right, Great Ninja Obito. If you use, let's say, if you use Edo Madara and you just swipe and attack everybody, you heal, and then you take out 6-pass Naruto's dodge with your chase on Edo Madara. Then you can use Great Ninja Obito, remove 6-pass Naruto from the field, and then you can just deal a whole bunch of damage to the rest of the team, and you might actually win if you're able to kill the rest of the team. In which case, pretend this is Great Ninja Obito. We would have to have a 4th ninja, and I'm not sure what ninja it's going to be. There's going to be future support ninjas, but maybe there's a ninja that's able to increase the damage of Edo Madara to the point where he can deal a whole bunch of damage. Or, I mean, Izanagi Danzo would be fun, but he probably won't work. Just like another ninja that allows maybe Edo Madara to hit 2 times or deal a whole bunch of damage. Regardless, you're just destroying the support. And then when Great Ninja Obito removes 6-pass Naruto and 6-pass Naruto comes in, you can finish him off with the help of your entire team. So that's something that you can do with Edo Madara and 6-pass Naruto, against 6-pass Naruto. But then, okay. I think there's a question. Okay, so then we have to ask ourselves, Once Edo Madara is out, there's going to be other ninjas, right? We're going to have to look at other ninjas too, because Edo Madara clearly counters Six Paths Naruto, but there's other ninjas that counter Six Paths Naruto as well. So one of the ones that just came out in English version, and maybe the German versions too, Obito, is 10 Tails Obito with breakthroughs. And he's strong. He's wily, but he's strong. And that's one of the things we want to think about. You know, Edo Madara seems to not be a wily ninja, but then there's going to be some whales, and maybe Obito will become cheaper. So let's see what happens against 10 Tails Obito, right? So 10 Tails Obito breakthroughs. We're going to go over this now, and we're going to compare those and see what happens. So his mystery causes, let's see, he has 2 mysteries, hit 12 people. It's 3 versus 3 sort of a ninja. Just from that 3 combo, low float, puts a limit of 40 chakra until the end of the round. So anybody who requires chakra, well, tough luck, right? And then he enters rage mode, which we'll look at later. So basically his big thing is lowering the chakra limit to 40, so you can't gain a lot of chakra. Okay, against Edo Madara, it's fine because Edo Madara uses 40 chakra, and that's fine. So, but if you're able to use Obito and use Edo Nagato in round 1, then Edo Madara won't be able to use his mystery. So that's like a combination with Obito that you guys can think about. His Y is also the same thing, 40, and his Rage Mode Y. So that's the only difference, the Rage Mode, which we'll get into in a second. But so far, so good against Edo Madara. Edo Madara can still take it, even if you're slower. Okay, attacks a random row of enemies, guaranteed hit, cause damage increased by 30%, suppresses super armor to a random enemy, which is fine because Edo Madara can gain super armor level 2. So far, so good against Obito. The Y skill is the same thing, suppress super armor until the end of the round. Guaranteed hit. I don't think there's much of a difference. This is to a random enemy. This is to a random row of enemies. Yeah, there's not much difference. It's ignition. Yeah, nothing here that really suppresses Edo Madara's abilities. Now, guaranteed ignition does not mean it hits through immunity to status. That's something to think about too. I believe you need 10 Tails Madara for that. Okay, he has a repulse knockdown mystery, which immobilizes and suppresses immunity to debuffs. So here's where it gets interesting. He can use his mystery to cause low float, but that low float needs to turn into repulse, and you gotta suppress the super armor first, right? He can suppress super armor with his standard attack, I believe, and until the end of the next round to a random enemy, but it's to a random enemy. You have 4 ninjas on the field, and that random enemy might not be Edo Madara. So if by chance it's Edo Madara, congratulations, you can now use his mystery on round 2 and suppress his super armor, and then you can remove his immunity to debuffs. So that can counter Edo Madara, but is it like a 25% chance? So they're not really countering Edo Madara, just like a 25% chance of doing that. And you have to get a ninja that can chase low and cause repulse, which then you can cause immobilize and suppress immunity to debuffs. So far, still so good. Repulse knockdown, undodgeable. Okay, that's the Y skill. Ignoring some defense resistance, that's the damage. That's actually the main damage in both 10 Tails Madara and Obito. So far, so good. Now he has healing, cause irremovable ninjutsu seal. Until the end of the round, recovers 3 life when attacked, blah, blah, blah. Huge unavoidable damage. Oh, beginning of even rounds cause huge unavoidable damage. 12 enemies. This is like more of a blitz thing, but he doesn't really scale. So, I mean, that mystery isn't that powerful. His chase is much more powerful than his mystery. Resets own cooldown to 0. Okay, that actually kind of works. Every time Obito uses a mystery, standard or chase, cause damage to himself based on 1% life. Lasts for 1 round. That is that's a bummer. So he does deal damage to himself, but then he causes irremovable ninjutsu to any enemy he lands a critical hit on. We don't have a critical hit, do we? We'll have to look at this to see if we have a critical hit increase. That could be a problem. Irremovable ninjutsu seal. So ninjutsu seal, I believe, decreases. Does it only decrease ninjutsu? I kind of forgot. Does everyone remember if ninjutsu sealing only decreases ninjutsu, or does that decrease everybody's attack and ninjutsu and stuff? Does anyone remember? Does anyone remember? Um, there's not a lot of ninjas with this so far. And I don't know if it hits through immunity to status. It's irremovable, but it doesn't seem to hit through immunity to status, at least from what I'm seeing from what they're saying. We don't really know. The Y is also, let's see, huge on it. Same thing. Not much of a difference. Every time causes damage, increases his own critical rate. All right, so he increases his own critical rate by 6%. Okay, so I guess that's helpful. I guess if you're able to cause ninjutsu seal to any attacker, that could work, but it's also random. You have to have a pretty good critical rate. Now, if Edo Madara hits him, if you have Edo Madara and you're faster, you don't have any chase dodge, you don't have any blocks, you don't have any dodges, I believe. Let's see, the rage mode is immunity to debuffs, immunity to ninjutsu, heals, increases attack and ninjutsu. Rage level 2 is, let's see, active, mystery cooldown to 0, heal 10%, can't be defeated by the first 2 attacks of the round, recover 20% life immediately. Okay, so he has extra healing. The Y skill is deal 40% more damage to people with super armor or debuff immunity, so he deals more damage. Yeah, I think Edo Madara can actually take on Obito. Obito has these defense abilities of healing and stuff like that, but Edo Madara, like being defeated in the first 2 attacks of each round, well, Edo Madara's mystery is going to be hitting him. That's the first attack. The second attack is going to be the chase, and the third attack is going to be the standard attack. So Obito can just, you'll drain all this chakra, and you're going to need someone that can drain chakra back with Obito. So I think, based on what I'm seeing here, Edo Tensei Madara with breakthroughs can actually defeat Tendo's Obito. So, so far so good, right? Okay, that's one, right? So Tendo's Obito is one of the things. One of the newer ninjas, or that came out that seems to be a huge problem is 6 Paths of Pain. Seems to be very powerful. Surpassing even maybe 6 Paths Naruto. He's immune to debuffs, I believe. So let's take a look at 6 Paths of Pain abilities and see if he can match up to 1 6 Paths Naruto and then 2 Edo Madara Tensei breakthroughs. So far so good on Edo Tensei Madara breakthroughs against the top ninjas that we have. So mystery. So Edo 6 Paths of Pain has a 2-hit mystery. He can use his hit mystery 2 times in a single round. All right, it costs 20 chakra and then 40 chakra. And then he switches between the 2. Attacks the entire lineup, ignores shields, repulse, and then switches to the Tendo Almighty Push, which is what the other normal Tendo usually had. I believe, is this prompt? This should be prompt. Well, it doesn't matter if it's not prompt because he's immune to interruption. So it causes up to 12 hits 12 enemies, interruption, repulse, increasing mystery cost by 20 for 2 rounds. So it's similar to Kisame. All right, so that's a lot of damage dealt. His standard attack has a chance of decreasing his mystery cooldown by 1. Not a high chance, just a chance, which is not like 6 Paths Naruto. Hits 6 enemies in the lineup, so it's kind of nice. He has a chase that does low knockdown, suppress immunity, kind of nice, but his mystery causes repulse, so you gotta get someone who does repulse low, or causes low or something. And then he does causes immobilize with some splash, but like a chase damage is 50%, and then you're doing splash damage on a chase damage, which is what, 30%. So you can do it twice around, but even if you're stacking him, the damage isn't that high. It's kind of nice, just extra damage. All right, so the other 2 abilities are whenever an Akatsuki unit uses a mystery, they heal 10% of their life. Someone who has Akatsuki and Rinnegan tags will have undodgeable mystery skills. So that would be that would be himself, right? Pain is both Akatsuki and Rinnegan. Great Ninja Madara is both Akatsuki and Rinnegan. I think he's still Akatsuki, basically, right? Great Ninja Obito is, but then, yeah, Great Ninja Obito is, but increasing his attack in ninjutsu is kind of pointless. So that's not that helpful. Is there any other Akatsuki and Rinnegan? Edo Nagato for one. So Edo Nagato will have a scaling, right? So if you fight against Six Pass Naruto, then you can finally scale and heal. So that's one. Edo Madara, no, he's not Akatsuki. That's too bad. We'll have to find, like, Chikusodo seems to be one, and we're probably gonna have more, right? We have Pain, Chikusodo, male, and we have like Pain, Six Passive Pain. Well, I think if we're able to use Chikusodo instead of the other Chikusodo, they might have other versions. Like, we already have a different version of Tendo, so we're probably gonna have a different version of Ringendo, like Akito and Shirado and Chikukudo, and maybe one of those guys will be, well, really good. And maybe another version of Nagato, right? If like right now Nagato's pretty good, he's a support, but maybe we'll have like a position 1 version of him. But yeah, that's the ability on this one that might be really good. Okay, the last ability is the ninja can use 2 mysteries in the same round, immune to interruptions, dispels debuffs, and gets an extra standard attack. Oh, he's not immune to ninjutsu, so he actually gets hit, but he does heal whenever he uses his mystery. So it's an on and off thing between Six Pass Naruto and this Pain. Six Pass Naruto does hit him with his standard attacks and mystery, but he can't control him. He's immune to interruption, so you can't interrupt him either. But he gets an extra standard attack whenever he's hit, whenever he gets a debuff. So if you're trying to use Six Pass Naruto on Pain, he'll get an extra standard attack, which means he might be able to reset his mystery. That's kind of interesting. And his mystery is also, 20 chakra and 40 chakra, so he uses 2 mysteries. But if he uses 2 mysteries, Six Pass Naruto gets extra standard attacks. It's like a back and forth thing. But the difference is that Six Pass Naruto heals based on Leech, and he heals based on using mysteries. And he can mystery 2 rounds. Ooh, man, that's a lot of back and forth. I gotta see this against Six Pass Naruto. I want to see what happens when you actually fight it out like this, because it's a lot of damage back and forth, a lot of standard attacks back and forth. And in a 3 versus 3, this will be pretty crazy. Yeah, just plain crazy. All right. I think this can actually fight against Six Pass Naruto. You have other metas that can go against Naruto too, so this will be good. What happens when you fight against Edo Madara? Okay, I can't simulate it in game because I don't have Tendo. He's a whale ninja at the moment. Also, Edo Madara doesn't have breakthroughs yet, though he may have it at 3 stars. So that's one thing to think about. Like, maybe you'll have breakthroughs in 3 stars, and maybe you should just get them in preparation. But anyways, if you fight against Edo Madara, so Edo Madara breakthroughs, let's take a look at his breakthroughs again, in case we forget. So his thing is, that in terms of damage, he heals himself 10% in ninjutsu damage, which is fair. Let's say he uses mystery every single round, based on this. And when using a mystery skill, his ninjutsu goes up by 30% each round. So he'll have the standard attack, the chase, the mystery, and healing. Right? Those are his things, and he removes buffs and shields. But I don't think it really matters because Tendo's increase in standard attacks. Let's see, he does increase his attack in ninjutsu, but I don't think it's removable. I don't know if it's actually removable, but I don't think so. For ninja this new, I don't think it's probably not removable like it is on Iruka. Let's say he's not removable. His buffs are not removable. So Tendo is going to get a standard attack, a mystery, 2 mysteries. So let's say 2 mysteries, a standard attack, and then because Edo Madara will use his mystery, whenever he gets a debuff, he gets an extra standard attack. So when Madara chases him, he's going to get an extra standard attack. So that's 2 standard attacks, 2 mysteries, and then he's healing 20% life. That actually sounds pretty even. When you're using a mystery, increasing, his scaling is also, let's see, 20%. Oh wait, no, 30% attack and ninjutsu. Okay, so his scaling is about the same as Madara's, Edo Tensei Madara's, except Edo Tensei Madara only scales, let's see, what does he scale? He scales ninjutsu, and his attacks is both high and ninjutsu, except his chase. So I guess his chase gets the full 30%. His other attacks get the 15%. Versus Tendo, who increases both attack and ninjutsu, so all his attacks increase by 30%, in a 1 versus 1 ninja battle. So Tendo actually has a better chance against Edo Madara yeah, he has a better chance against Edo Madara in terms of scaling and damage a little bit. But Edo Madara does have the leech. So Tendo technically heals 2 times, I believe. His ability max life. So he heals 2 times with his max life, 20% max life per round. But Edo Madara, or I'm already on the page. Edo Madara heals 10% ninjutsu of all damage that he deals. Which one is more? It depends on how much damage you do. But Edo Madara does hit quite a few times, right? The standard attack, the mystery, and then what was it? Mystery cooldown. Okay, so the chase he heals 100%. The standard attack he heals, and the mystery he heals. So it depends on whether you can deal enough damage to heal more than Tendo does in the long run. It's a back and forth. But I would put my money on Tendo, just because offense is more important than defense in a lot of ways. Even though Leech is dependent on your offense, I'd probably still go with Tendo. Tendo seems a little bit better. I might be wrong, but Tendo just seems a little bit better. So that seems to be the case in our current metas. I was going to compare with Ten-Tails Madara and try to show it, but I don't think Ten-Tails Madara is really being used, even with his breakthroughs today, and probably not in the future either. Even when Success Naruto is gone. Now there's something particular about Ten-Tails Madara. So unfortunately, you can't use Ten-Tails Madara with Edo Madara. But he does have a knockdown chase. Let's see, somebody who chases knockdown. So chases knockdown. Let's see if there's a ninja out here. So if you do Edo Hashirama or something like that, you can drain all the chakra with Ten-Tails Madara Mystery, which would go against Edo Madara. If you have super armor, Edo Madara will suppress it. So Edo Madara is pretty covered in this. Or you can use Susanoo Kakashi. Susanoo Kakashi needs breakthroughs, please. I accidentally got him 4 stars, thinking he had breakthroughs already. I would love if I was right. But yeah, it's like something like Susanoo Kakashi, who causes immobilize or something. That could help, like just control somebody with Ten-Tails Madara, if you're faster, right? I don't think... Chikusodo is kind of also interesting to talk about. I don't know if he's actually a meta or not right now. So let's take a look at how strong he is. You're kind of supposed to use both of these together, but whales might have trouble affording both at the same time. So maybe you have one, not the one, and not the other one. Let's see. Mystery skills cause damage to the entire lineup. Defense, decrease defense, repulse. His standard attacks 5, cause tag. Chance of irremovable tag. Knockdown is suppresses immunity and acupuncture. That's kind of nice too. So if you use Edo Madara with him, I suppose you can try to suppress immunity. So it'd be something like Madara, or yeah, I need to take this out. Probably use, if he's a support, right? You can use like this. Yeah, this is a perfect example. So Madara would cause knockdown with his mystery, and Chikusodo will suppress immunity to status and acupuncture for 1 round. That's like a random thing that you can think of, but Granger Madara works with that too. And then let's see, what else does he have? Tony combo, undodgeable, ignores defense partially, and the beginning of the round grabs hidden to self until end of the round. Wow. So Chikusodo is hidden until you kill every single other ninja. He's hidden, and he can't be aimed at. Also, every even ninja, let's see, both ninjas with Akatsuki and Rinnegan Tag will have undodgeable chase skills. Ooh, wow. Okay, so that is something, because, wow. Okay, Tendo, if you use Tendo again, let's go back to Tendo. If you use these two together, it's glitching out. Let's see, Tendo. Okay. There we go. Tendo, or I don't know why they didn't write Tendo on here. Oh, that's because they have all 6 put together in one. Okay. But they have Tendo as the main guy. So anyways, when you put Tendo with him, let's see, you can low knockdown. Who's causing low knockdown? Okay, so all right, so you put position 1. So that's how it works. You put position 1 Chikusodo. Oh wait. So which one of these Rinnegan users causes low? Probably just use Granger Madara with this team, like this. Right, Ranger Madara is probably there. So someone who's Akatsuki and Rinnegan. So this would be a team, right? Ranger Madara would cause low, and then Chikusodo will not allow any chase to be missed. Low, someone will cause low knockdown. Who was this? Knockdown. Oh, there we go. Tendo causes low knockdown, suppresses immunity, and immobilizes. And also Chikusudo does as well, causes acupuncture, suppresses immunity. So like this is a team that I can think of, especially in arena. That's wow, that would be interesting. Ranger Madara against Edo Madara in this sort of scenario. Tendo has some really interesting setups that you can do. I'm just scratching the surface of it. He's really strong. I think he's better than Edo Madara Tensei breakthroughs. But he is also a whale ninja, and Madara got breakthroughs at 3 stars in China, so it might be cheaper. It might be better to actually get him because it's a lot more free to play. He was also in Fuku deals. That's how I got him in the first place, I think. No, I got him in Fuku deals. I don't know if he was in Fuku deals. He was in Fuku deals 2 times, at least 1 time. But anyways, he's going to be in Fuku deals again once his breakthroughs come out. And I just think that he is going to have breakthroughs. His breakthroughs are going to be revolutionary-ish. All right, there's going to be some counters to him. But I think so far, like if you ignore all the other ninjutsu people, throw something like Killer Bee breakthroughs, which is kind of nice. Both of them can suppress each other, right? I guess Edo Madara, if you're faster, will have level 2 super armor, and then Killer Bee will lose because he can't suppress that super armor and then reset his mystery. But Edo Madara is weak against... No, actually, no. He's not that weak against Halloween Kimimaro, is he? You could try to use Halloween Kimimaro in this team. Something like this, right? Let's see. Let's see if I can make a team out of this. Assuming that I don't have Halloween Kimimaro, but let's pretend this is Halloween Kimimaro. So you can increase the damage here. So at the end of round 1, you can use Helen Kimimaro to break the barrier and increase somebody's mystery cooldown by 1. If you're fighting against Six Pass Naruto, for example, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he has a cooldown of 1 right now. Use Helen Kimimaro, and then Six Pass Naruto will get a standard attack, which reduces his cooldown by 1. But that means Six Pass Naruto will have a 1 round cooldown in round 2, and then you can use Edo Madara on him. So that's possibly a team once you get Edo Madara with him. So Helen Kimimaro. What else can you put? Ranger Madara, Edo Nagato is also a good one to think about too, just to make sure his mystery doesn't miss. Just have a little extra damage, be immune to Six Pass Naruto standard attacks and stuff, and just deal a little bit of extra damage. Yeah, and also Edo Madara does increase the mystery cooldown as well on Six Pass Naruto, so maybe you can even stop Six Pass Naruto from using his mystery round 2, at least until after all the standard attacks are done, which means Six Pass Naruto can't leech, can't heal, he can't heal from his standard attacks. So yeah, he does have that edge. All right, so Rinnegan Sasuke, I am looking forward to Edo Madara breakthroughs. I want to use Rinnegan Sasuke here with Edo Madara support and see if it's going to work against Six Pass Naruto. We might have another random ninja that's going to be really helpful against Six Pass Naruto, and then we can finally use Rinnegan Sasuke as the counter to Six Pass Naruto. I've always wanted that, but they've always, I don't know, the abilities were just too weak as of today, but they won't be later on. Whew, okay, so this is kind of my prediction. I think Edo Madara is going to be a meta for sure, but he's not going to be better than some of the whale ninjas that have come out, like Tendo does. Like Tendo, you only really need 3 stars in Tendo, right? So I mean, he's out here right now. He's super whale right now. He's recharging. How much money is this? 130,000 ingots. Hold on, let me calculate this a second. 130,000. 1, 2, 3 divided by 50, which is 50 ingots per dollar. 2,000. So you have to spend $2,600 to get Tendo right now, which is insane. I'm glad he's at that high. I'm glad he's paywalled at that level, because I just don't want to see him right now. I sort of do, because I want Six Pass Naruto. I want Six Pass Naruto's to just die, but at the same time, like, this would be so OP, and it's hard to counter him. I guess if you want to increase his mystery cooldown, it would work, right? Takesugetsu, Howling Kimimaro, or something like that. But that's quite powerful. Right now, Indra is the next best thing. Okay, maybe not the next best, kind of the next best thing to fight against Six Best Naruto, because Indra causes ignition to anybody who hits him. Irremovable ignition, neglects immunity. So this was like, he was kind of squishy, but then he stops Six Best Naruto from healing, so you can actually finally blitz Six Best Naruto. But he's still wailed up at 90,000 ingots, and it's too bad, you know. At what, 70,000, you have Asura, but that's no counter. Edo Hashirama, Susanoo Shisui. Susanoo Shisui needs breakthroughs. I really want breakthroughs on him. Actually, he's not even free to play yet. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Why isn't Susanoo Shisui free to play yet? It makes things much more interesting, and he's not that much more powerful. Six Best Naruto can still kill him right now, so, you know, Susanoo Shisui should not be wailed out now. I mean, he's put on the 70,000 ingot mark, but he shouldn't be. He should be something like 30,000 now, because it's just, he's not that good anymore. Yeah, I mean, he can counter the old metas like Killer Bee and Kushina and stuff, but against Six Best Naruto, you're still going to die because, well, Six Best Naruto skills better than Susanoo Shisui does. And your initiative is going to help that much, because, yeah, you're stopping the mystery, but the standard attack is what Six Best Naruto is good at. Yeah, they really should put Susanoo Shisui down to the 30,000 or 50,000 ingot mark now. Even if you're not making it free to play, you should make it less pay to win. He just isn't that good. And yeah, Rainy Festival Kuretsuchi was fun, but actually I don't think it would use him. Is there any other ninja missing, like the whale ninjas that are gonna come and become? Oh, New Year Tobirama. Okay, let's talk about him. New Year Tobirama is also really good here. And I think he's one that can sort of fight against Edo Madara and possibly also Six Best Naruto. So everyone knows Six Best Naruto abilities, I hope. Let's see. Let's go over his mysteries abilities again. Forgot some of it. Causes fire damage to 9 units. Hiraishin mark. High. Basically, he has irremovable tag, and he causes, I think he hits their immunity to status. And also, when people try to hit him, the chances of dodge goes down, and so you can actually hit Six Best Naruto without the dodge, which means you can kind of blitz him, possibly, right? He's also more of a 3 versus 3 ninja. But let's see. His causes fire damage to 9 units. Hiraishin mark, undodgeable, irremovable debuff. Decrease evasion rate by 25% until the end of the next round, so it lasts 2 rounds. Dispel any debuffs from himself, becomes immune to them with his mystery. His standard attack is cause damage to 1 enemy, 1 row, or 1 column. Okay, this is the random thing. He attacks 1 person, a row, or a column. Very random, very, very, very random. 8 combos, and then he has a chance of causing low, repulse, or knockdown, which is completely confusing, and we have no way to... Building a combo with him is, it's weird. I think you should just ignore it for now. Like, you can take the time to actually build the combo with him, but it might not be useful in the long run. Anyways, and the most important part is that he decreases attack and injuries by 5%, up to 25%. So that's kind of nice with his standard attack. He has a chase of low, causes interruption, Hiraishin mark, knockdown twice per round. So the Hiraishin mark is, well, irremovable debuffs, causes tag, I think. And he has a high chance of dodging mystery chases or standard once per round, and when attacked, causes Hiraishin mark. So his Hiraishin mark basically decreases evasion. I could have sworn... Okay, so it's not tag. He doesn't reduce their defensive resistance like tag does. Tag's reduction didn't really matter that much. It helped, but it wasn't really that helpful. But the Hiraishin mark basically decreases evasion, but doesn't decrease defensive resistance. And it's also irremovable, I believe. Yeah, the irremovable debuff, right? So when you attack him, let's see. Okay, the last ability for Hiraishin mark is that in the beginning of each round, each enemy under the mark increases his initiative by 0.5% until the end of the round. That's not very helpful, the initiative part, unless you're high level and you're very close to the other guy in power and initiative and all that stuff. But that's not that helpful. But the good part is that he gets an extra standard attack up to 10 standard attacks every single round. So imagine that happening in a 3 versus 3 battle where everybody had Hiraishi and Tobirama, right? Then Tobirama would be attacking 10 times every single round. And whoever's faster will hit 10 times. And let's see, his attack causes one enemy, one row, one column. So it's random. It's not like it's not like Six Pass Naruto, which hits 3 people all the time. But I wonder if his column of enemies, if he gets a column of enemies, does he hit a team of, or does he hit like the entire column of 3 versus 3? Because that could be a maximum of 9. I'm curious about that. But his attacks are random, so he does decrease some attack and ninjutsu. Kind of nice. So in a 1 versus 1, which I think is actually better for the extra standard attacks is actually better in 1 versus 1. He'll deal a lot more damage. Kind of more damage. So Six Pass Naruto will get 2 standard attacks because Tobirama will use his mystery. Tobirama will get an extra standard attack because Six Pass Naruto attacked him and has Hiraishi mark. And maybe there's chases of other enemies with Hiraishi mark, and he'll be able to attack even more times. But his attacks will be random, and so it's on and off. Like, it depends on whether you're able to get Hiraishi mark on the other team. I think this is on and off against Six Pass Naruto, and you could fight him. Right now he's still wheelie-ish, but because he's sort of new. But I think you can fight against Six Pass Naruto using this ninja, but it's just situational. If you're Six Pass Naruto team, if you're fighting against a Six Pass Naruto team where everybody's just summoning shields or healing, then I think you lose. But if anybody has a chase that tries to hit Tobirama, then you have a pretty good chance to blitz Tobirama. You can probably just do something like I know he's still the what's his name again? Ashura, right? Ashura, no, the other one, Indra. If you have Indra and let's say Minato barrier or something like that, you could probably, because tag Hiraishi and tag, you could probably just stop his healing, have a lot of defense, and then completely destroy his team by a lot of attacks with his standard attack. Problem is that Six Pass Naruto does have a standard attack dodge, but usually Six Pass Naruto users are using chase dodge because that's usually the good thing to go, because chase can interrupt Six Pass Naruto's abilities right now, at least for now. You might change it in the future. So if you do something like this, you could probably kill Naruto. I'm just making up a team on the spot, but you're killing the healing, you're dealing a lot more damage, having a lot of defense so nobody else really dies, and you'll be fine. Earth Main is good, I think he's not immune to status, right? Yeah, he's not immune to status, but the only one who can cause any status effects to him is Six Pass Naruto, the position 1. Okay, that's enough about Naruto against him. Let's talk about Madara. Let's see. I mean, I don't think he's going to be like super meta, but I think he will be pretty strong, and people will use him as a counter for a number of things in the future. I mean, in 3 versus 3 especially. So let's talk about Edo Madara breakthroughs against him. And I think that's going to be the end of the video after I finish talking about this. Whew, okay, Edo Madara. Let's see, Edo Madara. So Edo Madara will be tagged by Hiraishi. Edo Madara attacks 3 times, but his chase, he does have dodge, right? Yeah, he has a dodge. So Edo Madara's attacks are undodgeable. His mystery is undodgeable. His standard attack is undodgeable, but his chase is dodgeable. So he'll be hitting him 2 times, and assuming it's a 1 versus 1 battle, you're only hitting 2 times. You're healing 10% of damage, but you're only hitting 2 times. So it's okay. Tobirama doesn't really need buffs, but he also doesn't really. He decreases attack and ninjutsu, but he doesn't really increase his damage. Oh, that could be a problem against Six Pass Naruto for sure. Huh. But I guess he will need buffs against Edo Madara. Like, if you're trying to use him, he'll attack a lot of times, which means you want to buff him, but Edo Madara will remove that buff, which means Edo Madara has somewhat of an advantage against him, because Edo Madara does heal and I believe stack, right? He does stack. He does increase his own ninjutsu and stuff. So Tobirama might have might not have that edge against him. Also, his attacks are ninjutsu, so his standard attacks are ninjutsu, and that's where he does most of his damage. So Edo Madara does counter him. That's kind of nice. Like there's a whole bunch of really high damage or a lot of attack ninjas that Edo Madara can just counter, even as a support. Like the standard attacks won't hit him. Okay, so yeah, I think I will be getting Edo Madara. I don't know if I want him 4 stars because they say in China. So I'm gonna move over to the event info in China. In event info in China, let's see. They say in China that you only need 3 stars on him in order to get breakthroughs. But there's some, yeah, like right here. They said need 3 stars, right, to get his breakthroughs. That's in China. We are in America, and they might try to squeeze more money out of us. It's happened before for some ninjas. Not every single ninja, but some ninjas. And man, if this is true, if it's actually 3 stars before you get Edo Tensei Madara breakthroughs, that is probably the cheapest meta you will ever find. Kisame was the cheapest meta, but then Kisame becomes no longer a cheapest position 1 meta. Right? Kisame is more of a 3 versus 3 meta, but not 1 versus 1 now, and he's also weaker than Kakuzu even in 1 versus 1. So not the best idea to use Kisame, but Edo Madara is for sure something you want to get eventually. But yeah, his breakthroughs did come out April, which this is 1 month ago, 1 month and a half ago. So you want to keep this in mind to collect Edo Madara fragments if you want. I think he's worth it. I think if he's 3 stars, he's going to be one of the cheapest position 1 metas in the game for the time being. And yeah, I just think people need to be more aware of the metas here, the future metas here. Now, there might be another ninja that I'm missing from China. I don't know every single meta in China, but Tendo's definitely going to win over Edo Madara at the moment. But Edo Madara, even if he's not position 1, is going to be a great support. So, man, I'm just surprised on how strong Edo Madara is going to be now, because he actually counters some of these new strong ninjas that we have. Nero Tobirama, Ten Tails Obito. If I'm wrong about Ten Tails Obito, somebody tell me in comments and explain why. But so far in the 1 versus 1, when you kill everybody else, I think Edo Madara does win over Ten Tails Obito breakthroughs. And that's a whale thing that you're gonna find. And then slightly less whale people will eventually have, but you're going to see it around. And he counters against 6-pass Naruto. So this guy is going to be good. This guy's going to be quite good, but it's going to be a while before you get him. So think about it, put it in the back of your mind. When he comes out, make sure to be ready, have the coupons. I'm guessing that he's going to be at the 40,000 coupon range for Fuku deals for the 100 fragments. Maybe he'll be given 3. Maybe he'll have like 2, right? Maybe he'll have a Edo Madara with 80 fragment Fuku deals again when his breakthroughs come out, and then maybe later on you'll have like 100 fragments or 40,000 Fuku deals. So keep that in mind. Make sure to have at least 30,000 on hand if you want him, and he's still kind of useful today. In the 3 versus 3 arena, for example. This will be my final thing, but in 3 versus 3 arena, one of the things that I think a lot of people don't know is that Edo Madara is supposed to be one of the last, like his barrier is supposed to come at the end. However, Take Soigetsu has this, like his buffing ability has the same speed as Edo Madara does. So if you want to have the Take Soigetsu buff, but you want to remove everybody else's buffs, you could do something like this. Now, Edo Madara becomes position 2, and anybody who's not Take Soigetsu, I don't know if there's another ninja that does this, but anybody who's not Take Soigetsu will have all their buffs removed. So maybe someone uses Killer Bee and increases the ninjutsu attack. They might be position 4, but Edo Madara's barrier will remove it. But then, after the removal, Take Soigetsu will give Akatsuki units attack and ninjutsu and shields. So if you do this in a 3 versus 3 arena, which I have done, you can actually create... you can basically buff Kisame 75%... Well, not 75%. Let's see, 15% each... 25%. So you get... Kisame will get 75% shields and increase ninjutsu attack by 45%, and everybody else using Kisame will have to gain theirs using chakra. So yeah, chakra or a natural buff like Ranger Madara, and maybe a very popular ninja that people use in 3 vs 3 arena is Soigetsu. If they put it position 2, which they usually do, then you can remove their Take Soigetsu's buff because they're usually position 2, and maybe you just put a bad treasure tool on this guy. You can put this as position 4, so that, and you can put Edo Madara's position 3, in case you're faster than the other person, so it'd be something like this. Wait for it. Alright, so it'll be something like this. Your main doesn't matter. Kisame will be your main damage dealer, of course. Edo Madara will remove all buffs after most Take Soigetsus are in position 2, and they'll summon their buffs, and then you remove it with Edo Madara, and all your position 4 Take Soigetsus will give shields and buffs to Kisame, and that will give you a huge damage boost advantage. They might, I mean, your opponents might have Akase Creation Kakuzu or something like that, but they won't have the damage boost, and having the damage boost is more important than a lot of other things. Not everything, but a lot of things. And in this game, offense is more important than defense. Offense can also be defense. That's another thing too to think about. So when you're defending, you're not attacking usually. All right, there's some exceptions like Indra with his ignition or something. You can counterattack, but usually the counterattack isn't that strong. When you're attacking, and when you're attacking to defend yourself against your opponent's abilities, it's usually more effective. And in a way, this is, if you're increasing your attack here, you're probably going to win most of the time. You might be slower than the other side, and hopefully you don't use your mystery. Hopefully you're not slower than the other side, and if you are, you wait until you get enough chakra to actually use your mystery to deal more damage. But Soigetsu generally has that dodge. The dodge is not removable by Edo Madara, by the way. So Take Soigetsu's dodge is not removable, but Mangetsu's is. So that's something you want to know. Okay, I think I've talked enough about Edo Madara, how to use him for now, and we're gonna see what else we can do. Okay. Alright, I think that's enough for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Any last questions from the Coffin community, by the way? About Edo Madara or any of the ninjas that we talked about today? I think that's it. Oh, someone mentioned that ninjas in China are broken through at 3 stars. Are all of them like that? I didn't know that. Or just some of them? Yeah. To put it for the new guy, yes, he's worth it. He counters a bunch of metas that we have at the moment once he has breakthroughs, but he comes out later. It's only been a month and a half out so far, so you want to get him maybe in a couple months or so. His most important breakthroughs. Okay, let's go over there. His most important breakthroughs is probably going to be not the standard, not the chase either. Oh wait, I have to go to Konoha Proxy to see him. All right, Madara. His most important breakthroughs. The mystery is kind of nice, I guess, but I think it's going to be the passive. The bottom passive is probably going to be the best one. The second best, because the bottom one's the best because there's scaling and let's see, decreasing mystery cooldown and all that stuff. The second best, it's probably not standard. Super armor isn't that important anymore. Chase, it's a good chance you're going to miss the chase, so it doesn't matter as much. It's either the mystery or the barrier. Let's see. Summons barrier, suppress immunity to 2 rounds, barrier lasts for 2 rounds, or this, which causes strong poison. Strong poison deals a fair amount of damage. I don't know how much more damage. This increases his damage for real, and irremovable strong poison is good. I don't know if strong poison hits through immunity to status though. That's something to think about. It could be if strong poison does hit through immunity to status, then maybe it's going to be this. This is going to be the best, second best. His Y skill is also pretty nice, but it's using different teams. Not necessarily better, but also just different teams. Suppress immunity to anybody. Any elemental damage except water for some reason will suppress debuff immunity, which is kind of nice. I think Edo Madara does suppress immunity to status as well with his mystery. Oh, okay. So yeah, definitely this. I believe his, yeah, and then yeah. So it's gonna be the bottom passive, the second bottom passive, and then the mystery, and then it's gonna be the standard attack, and then it's gonna be the chase. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the order you want to get them in. Okay. Any other questions about Edo Madara or any of the other ninjas we mentioned? Yeah, someone comment on whether if China is every single breakthrough in China 3 stars? Did I get that wrong? Or if I was making a 6-pass Naruto team, would breakthrough Edo Madara be a better position 2 than breakthrough Rinnegan Sasuke? Good question. Edo Madara would be position 1 if you would be using him, but if you want to use him position 2 against some other team, then let's see. Again, replacing Rinnegan Sasuke. Well, he's immune to status. He removes all buffs, which is kind of nice, but not complete. His chase is probably not going to be used because 6-pass Naruto has his chase. Let's see. Pure Ninjutsu. Oh, yeah. You know what? Possibly. So he increases the mystery cooldown by 1 for someone who attacks Madara, right? So the first enemy that attacks Madara gets this mystery cooldown by 1, but it's only 1. 6-pass Naruto can get it back in 2 standard attacks, so technically it's not good enough. He has super armor, technically, if you use his mystery. I don't know, I think Rinnegan Sasuke might be a little bit better, but Edo Madara is good in other situations. So in the long run, that's just hard. See, if you don't use your mystery on 6-pass Naruto, you can stop the other side from using their mystery, but then you won't be able to heal. You know what? I'll probably go with Rinnegan Sasuke. But you need like another ninja that's able to make him survive. So Edo Madara will last longer, but his buff is not as useful-ish. Yeah, it's not as useful-ish. You can maybe use Halloween Kimimaro with him, and then increase 6-pass Naruto's cooldown by an extra 1, and then stop him from using his mystery for the next round, and then I'll help. But yeah, I think Rinnegan Sasuke has an edge, but Madara's good in other situations. Depends on her position 4. I wouldn't put 6-pass Naruto as position 1 anymore if you had Edo Madara breakthroughs, though. But with 3 stars with no breakthroughs, you're probably not going to use him. You're probably going to want to use both of them. Yeah, Edo Madara is not much of a counter without his breakthroughs against 6-pass Naruto. He'll survive, but that's it. Okay. Any last questions about any of the ninjas we talked about today? Would breakthrough Edo Madara be better position 2 than Rinnegan Sasuke? I answered that just now. So yeah, I'm thinking about Rinnegan Sasuke position 1, but it's hard with all this chakra. Like Obito will counter Rinnegan Sasuke too, so Rinnegan Sasuke is basically a support now. It's kind of sad. What is the best breakthrough with Rinnegan Sasuke? If I'm using with Naruto, we didn't discuss that, but it's basically fear. It's basically just copy this, screenshot this, or I'll screenshot this. That sounds about right. This, yeah, the irremovable and fear. So this is probably going to be the best. Or actually, you would be using Y. Maybe Y. Like your damage didn't really matter too much if you're using him as a support. So there's your breakthroughs for Rinnegan Sasuke if you're using him right now, right? Yeah, that's about it. That taijutsu thing is kind of useful. Well, actually, no, it's not. Not anymore. Nobody uses Ronin Naruto anymore. It's kind of sad. Ronin Zabuza, people tend to think he sucks. So, I mean, people don't use him. My specialty team does use him, but I'm like 1 out of 1,000. So, I mean, it's kind of. I'm looking forward to a day when we can find taijutsu users that, well, deals that can be position 1 basically. Someone who uses mostly taijutsu. That's probably going to be Might Guy. I mean, or Might Guy did use the 8 Gates of Death, so he is still a viable option. It's just that we didn't get to see his 8 Gates of Death yet. Might Guy, I'm kind of wondering. So, Guy, we have Gate of Shock at 4 stars. Right now, if you get into 5 stars, you only get the Gate of Joy. You don't even use... Gate of Joy is like the 6th gate. Oh, you're on Gate of Shock with 4 stars. But we don't get it 5 stars. Like, I thought he might have breakthroughs. I thought he might get into 5 stars and actually have a super, like the Death Seal or something effect. But I think we're going to get a separate Guy Ninja for the 8 gates. And he uses pure taijutsu, so then maybe Rinnegan Sasuke will be useful then. But yeah, that's about as useful as it is now. All right, any last questions? Okay, I'm gonna end the stream now. And I'm recording now because it's gone on for a long time. Thanks for watching, guys, and both people in Discord and, well, watching right now, and video. I'm getting a little tired too. If you have any questions, throw it in the comments. Some experienced players are with us, and you can talk to them and all that stuff. All right, guys. See you guys in the next video.